Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. Jack Jenkins versus Jamall Emmers. Jack Jenkins is 11-2, 30 years old. He's giving up 3 inches of height and 6 inches of reach to 33-year-old Jamall Emmers, who is 19-6. Jack, he's got 5 wins via TKO, 3 via submission, 3 via decision. Very versatile fighter, although both of his losses come by submission. He's got just 2 losses. They're both by submission. Sang-Won Kim, this very good fighter, rear naked choked him in round 1. And this guy, Jesse Medina, armbarred him in round 2. He's a very slick submission artist, if nothing else. And he caught him from the guard, against the cage, whatever else, but with a really tight armbar. Still, Jack got a rematch with that guy and TKO'd him on the feet. So, he settled things there. But he's a very versatile fighter, as I said. I think he's a good ground fighter. And I think on the feet, he's a problem for a lot of fighters. He throws very hard strikes up high and down low, specifically down low. His leg kicks have their own highlight on YouTube. He's dropped guys, put guys away, and hurt everybody he's fought with leg kicks. And here, I think there's a chance this is a bad matchup for him. Could prove to be just a favorable matchup, but here he's fighting a guy who's got 6 inches of reach, great movement, and great striking at Jamall Emmers. Jamall Emmers, I think he's, a very versatile fighter as well, although much more proven. Sure, he's been beaten every which way. He's got 6 losses, 2 by knockout, 2 by submission, 2 by decision, but he's also beaten some very good fighters, even back before he got to the UFC. He beat some no-name guys like Corey Sandhagen and Alexander Hernandez. And then later on, we've seen him get some wins as well, some solid wins. Beat the guy Barboso with an arm triangle in round 3. Beat Vince Cachero. Beat Hussein Ashkabov in his last fight, which was a fight that, a win that looks very good on paper. It might look a lot better down the road, depending on how Ashkabov does. But still, that's a guy that went through 23 guys, I think, and never lost till he ran into Jamall Emmers. Jamall Emmers, he's a tough guy to wrangle, and despite him being finished a few times, those are all to excellent fighters. The 2 losses come to Julian Erosa and Thiago Moises, the 2 submissions to Ray Trujillo and Pat Sabatini, and the 2 decisions to Giga Chikadze and some other asshole that he fought early in his career. But those are 5 of 6 of them are very good fighters. He's a tough guy to get by, and I'm picking Jamall to win. I think Jamall Emmers' jab and his reach, combined with his movement, which is only more reach and makes it more difficult for your opponent to kick you, I think it's going to take away the primary weapon of Jack Jenkins on the feet, the kicks. And on the inside, I do think Jack could be the stronger guy, like in the clinch or whatever. But Jamall's a much more seasoned fighter, and I do think he's going to have the wrestling advantage. He's going to be able to wrangle Jack Jenkins. So I'm picking Jamall Emmers to win. I like his money line at minus 165. There are no prop bets, but minus 165 seems right. I even like the over at minus 160 because I do think this one's going to a decision. Jamall Emmers, I know he's been put away every which way, but again, Jack Jenkins, I wouldn't say he's, he's got leg kicks that are better than most, but I wouldn't say he's a bigger knockout threat than some of the guys Jamall's fought, and I wouldn't say he's a submission threat on the level of like a Pat Sabatini. So, the very comfortable Jamall Emmers in his prime right now, and looks great after coming off that injury against Pat Sabatini. I expect him to win. I expect him to tame Jack Jenkins. I don't think it's going to be a dominant victory, but I do think, in general, he's going to be leading the dance with that reach. And I imagine him frustrating Jack Jenkins a little bit after some time. But in the beginning, Jenkins is going to be in that fight, and if he cracks him or if he's able to go right through him, get him to the ground if he even wants to do that, I do think Jack Jenkins has a lot of skill and he's in the realm of winning this fight. Still, despite that, I'm betting on Jamall Emmers. I see the value on Jamall Emmers here. So he's my pick and my bet. I'll wait to see the props. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.